Hey there, Marie. Good morning to you. Yes, the Rainbow Push Coalition headquarters has been a fixture here on the south side of Chicago for more than 5 decades now. However, this morning it has quickly turned into a gathering place for grief, gratitude, and reflection. Since sunrise, there have been people stopping by here to lay flowers, say prayers, and even share stories, many of them describing Jackson as a man who made them feel seen and heard, and a man that continued to push the Black community forward. Take a listen to what we heard from those who stopped by this morning.
Well, when I first woke up and heard the news, I was, deeply saddened. As they kept mentioning, we've been knowing that this was coming for a long time. My mother used to do work down here at Rainbow Push, so that was one of the first things that crossed my mind, all the things that Jesse Jackson did for the community and helping people, and my family was one of them.
Reverend Jackson spent more than half a century fighting for racial equality, economic justice, and political power. After working alongside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he emerged as one of the figures who helped carry the civil rights movement forward, transforming protest into lasting political influence. His presidential campaigns in the 1980s broke new ground, proving a Black candidate could build hope for people of color and reshape the political landscape. There is also such symbolism in this moment right now. February marking Black History Month, a time that has been dedicated to honoring the very struggle that Jackson continued to advance, even in his recent years as he faced serious health challenges, including Parkinson's disease and a rare neurological disorder. Jackson continued to speak out on injustice, mentor new leaders, and continue to urge this country to move forward. This morning, we had a chance to speak to 2 of his children about how they shared their father with the world and the everlasting legacy he now leaves behind.
It was a life of hope, and that was more than just a slogan. That was a lifestyle. Hope was a defensive tool, and hope was also a tool to get ahead.
But I hope that people will remember him as their champion, as someone who, when he fell down, he got up because he said the ground is no place for a champion, someone who gave the last full measure of his life.
Just like his daughter said, people will remember him as a champion. People here in the city of Chicago who have come from both near and far to pay their respects this morning say they remember him as a friend and a neighbor because of his movements over the last couple of decades. And while Chicago was the place he called home, we know his influence was reached across the world. Again, this morning, we know that public observances are expected to be held here in the city of Chicago, with details to be released in the coming days. We're live here on the south side outside the Rainbow Push Coalition headquarters. I'm Darius Johnson. Marie, back to you.
Darius, thank you so much for that live report. There is a similar scene happening at Reverend Jackson's home this morning, where neighbors are sharing their grief and also their gratitude for having known him. Our Lauren Victory live at the family home in the Jackson Park Highlands neighborhood. Lauren.
Good morning, Marie. Well, we haven't seen anybody coming or going from inside the Jackson family home all morning, but we understand they had a late night with the Reverend passing away around 2:15. There is a small memorial growing we wanted to show you with flowers and also some balloons. People who live on this block tell me they're especially thankful to have had a personal connection to their famous neighbor.
What he gave to me was really hope to keep pressing on. He gave us courage to overcome obstacles and fears, and he gave us love.
Jackson also gave a lot of advice, according to Oliver Speller, who lived next door. Speller shared photos of the Reverend doing what he calls normal guy things, like eating barbecue. Jackson's accessibility made an impact on younger people in the neighborhood.
For me, I do a lot of community work, so I do mentorship for young men of color. So Reverend Jackson actually inspires the work that I do, because that's literally what my passion and my work is all about.
Back out here live, another look at the memorial outside the Jackson family home. Everyone we've spoken so far promises to continue the Reverend's legacy. We asked, what do you think that means? And at least 2 people told us they plan to honor his work by voting, showing up at the ballot box. I'm Lauren Victory reporting live, CBS News Chicago.